Okay, folks, welcome to Best Stock Charts for the coming week. This is Bob Desmond at the Contrarian Trader, and it is August the 2nd, 2020. Before we get into the charts that we're watching for the coming week, let's talk about tonight. Tonight being Sunday Night Futures Live. We do it every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What we do is we begin with the opening price action of the stock market futures. We'll talk about events that are upcoming this coming week, such as earnings or I should say, economic data, headlines that have appeared over the weekend that may influence the markets moving forward. And then we segue over into members' stock chart requests. That's where I review the symbols that our members submit for me to review on video. And then if we have time, we usually go about an hour, I'll take some requests from the audience and we'll discuss the symbols that they would like for me to review. So how was our week last week? How did we do? It was an okay week. We broke our win streak last week, which is fine because the attitude that we take towards trading is that making money is not our primary goal. It's the preservation of capital. And how do you do that? You do that by entering a position with only a fraction of what your intended overall position is likely to be in the future if you are correct. Meaning, if you plan on buying 100 shares of, in this case, Carnival Cruise Line, open up your position with 20 shares. If the shares begin to act favorably, and as you anticipated, you add on strength because the market is validating your thesis. But if you're wrong, you stop out early and you keep your losses small. So we had two of these types of trades last week that we closed out. First one up was Carnival Cruise Lines, where we saw a reversal bar or an inside day on the 28th. Then again on the 29th, we saw a breakout. We pulled back on the 30th, and that's where I said, you know what, let's try this. Let's see if this is going to work. I think that we may break out here on what appears to be a retest. However, on Friday, it didn't work. We took out the lows of the prior day. We stopped out, small loss. We moved forward. Would I short Carnival Cruise Lines here? Probably not. I don't see a reason to just yet. Might we in the future? Sure. Might we look to reopen the trade? Sure, but it needs to act favorably. Right now, it is not acting favorably. Therefore, we'll just watch it. Stokes are weak and getting weaker. RSI down below the 50 line. Volume was not huge on Friday, but it did rise versus Thursday. So Carnival Cruise Lines remains a watch for us. The next chart up that we stopped out of last week was Boeing. Very similar to that of Carnival. It appeared as though we were going to break out, and we had, in fact, broken out on the 15th of July, pulled back. We were retesting the breakout point of the prior trading range. What happened on the 29th? We failed to hold it. Then as soon as we began to make a new daily low on Friday, we stopped out. Why? Because the probability of a continuation move lower to the lower band of support was quite likely, and that's exactly what happened. There's also a good chance that we break the support level. Why? It's because we know from past experience that when you break out, then break back down into the prior trading range, that's what you call a bull trap or a breakout point failure. And history has shown us that at a bare minimum, you're going to retest the lower band of support, and there's a good chance that you break and break further. The only saving grace that Boeing has going for it at this point in time is that the transports, they had a really good week last week. I went over this with members yesterday on the week ahead commentary. That video is posted in the members area, and I go over all these symbols that we're about to go over in greater detail. I'm just going to do a higher level view of the weekly charts of our watch stocks, but I do a deeper dive into weekly charts, monthly charts. Remember, we closed out the month on Friday. And of course, we take a look at the daily charts. So this week I went about, I think, 35 minutes on that commentary going over the markets, the indexes, watch stocks, and a discussion of our positions. What do we want to do? Do we want to add? Do we want to sell? That's posted in the members area along with the price targets of stocks that we are looking to potentially open up this coming week, entry points, price targets, and stop loss points. So go check it out. So Boeing, I still like. If it holds the support level, we bounce around here at around, what was the low of the day? 156.26. I think we can go a bit lower. If we see some bullish price action, we'll look to re-enter. But I do not like the fact that we broke 160 per share. That was my line in the sand. And it's a good thing that we did stop out because the shares just kept falling. So let's talk about the stocks that we're watching for. Actually, two trades that we profited from last week. Dust, we got long of. This is a very short-term swing trade. We enjoyed this rally higher. We did not stick around. We did not have an expectation that the gold miners were going to crash. Dust is a leveraged ETF, putting you short of the gold miners. We are, in fact, long of the gold miners. There have been long of the gold miners for a long time now. So that position remains on the table. We'll remain long. But every once in a while, we're going to hedge, and we're going to try to scalp some short profits when the market sends us a signal that the gold miners have gotten ahead of themselves. Another position where we booked some profits on, this is PENN National Gaming. We're still long of it for disclosure purposes. We bought on the retest of this breakout. We scalped 1/3 of our position profits. We took them off the table on this rally on the 29th. And thank goodness that we did, because we saw a pullback. Now we're retracing, and we're going to retest the rising 20-period and the 50-period moving average, and we'll look to possibly buy those shares back at a lower price. So PENN remains on the table as a trade where it's working. We're still profitable on the trade, and we'll look to add as we begin to see the shares stabilize. And show signs that we're about to resume the uptrend. Now, one of the topics of tonight's swing trading today is going to be the flash crash that we're seeing over the weekend on Bitcoin. Now, I went over with members the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust as a watch position, but since this is an active chart over the weekend, I'm going to use Bitcoin as our proxy. As a reminder, please join us 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight as we discuss the futures action, and Bitcoin will certainly be part of that discussion. And there's a link below if you're watching this on the website or on YouTube to a opt-in email list if you want to get alerted 15 minutes to a half hour prior to us going live. We hate spam too. You'll not be spammed. I also have a tutorial, my 5 top candlestick patterns. You can enter your email address on either one of those 2 opt-in lists and you'll get alerted. Don't enter your email address on both, because then you're going to get 2 emails and you're going to get mad at me. So just enter on one. Guaranteed you'll get that alert prior to us going live. All right, let's move on. Bitcoin. This is a daily chart. You could see that over the weekend, let's set this on refresh every 5 seconds as we talk here. You can see that we have an outside reversal day today. We had broken out. We hit a high of 12,106, and then an avalanche of sellers moved in here. And we hit a low of 10,694. I think that was a buying opportunity. Now, if we manage to pull back down to 10,359 or even better, 10,000 on a retest of the breakout, I think it's quite conceivable that we do that. Then I think that this is an opportunity. If you missed out on this breakout on Bitcoin, that will be your opportunity to open up or add to a position. So join us tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be talking about Bitcoin. So this is a watch crypto for the coming week. The first equity that we have up is fivn Inc., fivn, the symbol. Why do I like it? Well, obviously we're in an uptrend here. Now, we did pull back over the past couple of weeks, but last week we broke out above this upper band of resistance. Now, we do have a strategy for entering the trade, and I go over the weekly and daily chart on fivn on the week ahead commentary. Again, posted in the members area. If you're not currently a member, 14-day free trial offer. You can fire me at any time. RSI hooking up, Stokes beginning to flatten out, and I think that they will hook back up. Volume could have been better last week, I will say that. So nice breakout here, long-term uptrend. Just because we're contrarians doesn't mean that we go betting against stocks that are in a long-term uptrend. We appreciate the fact that the trend is your friend. We turn contrarian when things become unsustainable. The next chart up, weekly chart MODN. Why do we like it? We like it because RSI, higher lows and higher highs. Nice W formation here at the 50 mark back in June, setting the stage for a continuation move higher. We did see some weakness the week of July the 13th, but we held the lower band of support last week, a nice pop-up higher. And again, we have a strategy for entering the position, and I discuss it with members on the week ahead commentary. Price target, stop loss points, as well as entry points are listed in the members area. The next chart up, Beyond Meat. Now, for the past several weeks, Beyond Meat has been under pressure. So why do I like it here? Well, the first obstacle that a stock must or index must overcome for me to want to get long of it, it must first stop going down. What happened last week? It stopped going down. No new weekly low. And in fact, we flashed a doji formation. And what a doji formation indicates is that you're probably going to see a trend reversal. So we've been in a downtrend. What the market is telling us on a weekly basis is that quite possibly we're going to see a rally here. So we have a strategy for entering it. Again, I went over the daily chart with members on the week ahead commentary. Loving RSI flattening out, appearing poised to hook back up. Volume was light, but that's okay because we had an indecision week. So Beyond Meat looking very good into the new trading week. And I think this is probably my favorite chart, Dropbox. Weekly chart. We broke out on RSI, flattening out on Stokes. A huge bullish key reversal bar last week. No breakout though, but you need to appreciate this base that we're building here. And we're at the precipice of breaking out. Because what we've had so far are a series of lower highs and lower lows. What are we seeing though? What we're beginning to see are signs of higher lows, higher highs. Now all we need to do after forming this W formation, which 23.73 is the pivot point of, we need to see the right side of that W continue to form and break out. So again, I go over it in greater detail with members, week ahead commentary. Folks, that's it for this week. Please click the like, subscribe, leave a comment, share with a friend. Take advantage of our 14-day free trial offer. Join us tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Introduce yourself. I like to engage with the audience. And until tonight, everybody enjoy the remainder of your weekend and be well.